Good morning, everyone, and welcome to David Christopher's. I'm Jen.
I'm David.
And as usual, we are back this beautiful Saturday morning. I hope it's beautiful where you are, with some great ideas
Hopefully.
as we get ready for spring. Tell us how the weather is where you're located, because we're starting to get some warmer weather here. It's supposed to stay warm, I think, the rest of this week, as in high 60s, low 70s, so really nice.
It was like 70 for one day, and then it was 20 for 5 days, and now it's back to like 60, low 60s.
Yeah, so it's
for a
time
while.
for spring flowers.
Yeah, they're starting to come up.
And you need to decorate your door. Here's your sign. If you don't have anything new on your door for spring, now's the perfect time, because you have time to. Are we doing kits today? Setting these up as kits?
Sure.
Sure.
That's well, yeah, I get to say sure, and then Jen has to build it. So,
yes. So if you say it's okay, everything you see in this video today, if you look in the description, you're going to see a link to purchase it, and I'll put together some kits. So buying will be super easy. You'll get your kit in, and you can get started by watching this video and with your own materials. So, you ready?
I think so. So today we're going to be using a lot of our new purple wisteria that came in. Really like this. It's got a great kind of a lavender purple color. And I love these hanging. Anything that hangs really is just a great piece to use. So we're going to cut these, and then we're going to allow this to hang like it naturally would. Some people think that hanging things can be difficult to use in a wreath because they're not really sure where it's supposed to hang, because if you place things further up, then they don't hang quite. Sometimes they're going to hang over other things, and people don't really care for that. So we're going to be using these at the bottom for this particular episode, because this would be a great way to utilize some of your hanging pieces, because they're going to be at the very base. They're going to hang freely, and we're just going to go across the entire bottom of this wreath for the most part. So this is going to be, our lowest point.
And what size wreath are you working with today?
This is a 24-inch wreath. We just got them back in stock, actually. We ran out for a short period of time there. We are going to work our way up the side of the wreath just a little bit. But we're going to let this hang mostly toward the center here. Good thing is they've got wire in them, so you can bend them. I do want to cut another piece here and let this kind of keep going more up the sides, so it's like it's growing down to the other side.
So if you order the wisteria, this is what it looks like. And then David is cutting it apart.
Cutting it apart so that you can get a little more of a shape here. So we want it to kind of angle down just a bit. But we want it to be nice and full, like a wisteria really would grow. So we're going to let it taper on this side as well. Then we are going to be using some of our clematis spray. This is one of my favorite foliages that we have. We sell out of this every single spring. This is our two-tone green. I know we have it in a light green that was our original color, and it sold so well that we ended up with a two-tone green color, which I think is outselling the original color most times. But just a really great, very loose stem. So if you're using it for wreaths, or just you need something in a vase that's light and wispy, this is a great piece to use. we are going to use just a little bit of it down here with our wisteria. So we got wisteria and clematis kind of together, just to add a little extra green to that. And you can cut this clematis up in several different pieces, but like I said, we want to get a little bit of green around the wisteria here. So we're just going to bring some through around the sides. And then we are going to leave a little bit of a gap. And we're going to start working our way up and around the wreath. And because this is wired pretty much all the way through, if it's going to hang and you really don't want it quite there, you can always push a piece of this vine through the grapevine and it will hold it more in place where you want it to go, and just kind of curl it in the direction you want it to be. So we're going to do the same thing and just kind of keep going around the wreath. So we are going to grow from the bottom, we're going to be going more up, and from this side we're going to be coming down, so they kind of meet in the middle here. And again, I'm going to use a little piece of the grapevine and pull my clematis vine through so that it's just going to be really secure there. Instead of having to cut that and reglue it in another place, that's just an easy way when you're working with something very viney like this. It works really well inside the grapevine because the grapevine has that structure that allows it to do that. And then we're going to almost connect these. We want this to kind of trail off into other sections so that it covers most of our wreath there, but like it's just growing together.
So this is one bundle of the clematis spray.
It's 2 stems of clematis.
2 stems.
And 2 stems of wisteria.
Okay.
Just like it is here.
Okay.
So we're making an Easter wreath here, and we're actually going to be blending like some glittery blingy pieces with eggs into our natural foliages and flowers. And we're going to blend a lot of that together, and hopefully that's going to work well in the end. So we're just going to use some of our Easter spray here.
I think the spray is on sale, possibly.
Is it? I don't really know for sure. But we are kind of following along the same guidelines as we already created. I am leaving a gap here because we are going to be placing a bunny in this space that we are purposely leaving it blank. So I think we're going to go ahead and add our bunny. And I think what we're going to do is a mama bunny and a baby bunny. So we're going to add mama bunny down here, and we're going to add baby bunny kind of up here, and then we'll fill in around them both. But we want to go ahead and get them secured in. So these are actually a hard felt material. They're just a fabric, so they're kind of like bunny cookies with little icing edges around the outside. And they do have hangers, which you could use, but for this, we're actually not going to use the hanger, so I'm going to cut those off. We're going to need something that we can put inside of the felt to keep the bunny where we want it, and I'm just going to use a stem off of something I cut earlier. I've just got a random hand-wrapped stem. So the best thing to do is to just take a knife, and I can shave the paper off of the wire. You get a little bit kind of going there. you'll end up with just a piece of wire on this stem that's a little bit thicker. And this is a fairly stiff piece of wire. So that's going to easily be placed in the bunny. So we're just going to put a little glue on that and then stick that wire right there. Now we have bunny popsicle.
Little bunny pig.
Yep. Little bunny on a pig. So great thing about these kind of things is they do come out with a hanger. So if we have some people that decorate Christmas trees for Easter and they can easily hang them if they want to. You can hang it from the top if you choose to, but I like to place them based on using a wire generally.
You just gave me an idea. I want to make some of those to put in my house plants at home to decorate for Easter.
Yeah, you could do that.
That would be so cute.
So we've got our baby bunny in, and then we are going to do the exact same thing with our pink larger bunny. This is a plastic stem, so either way, this one I think might have actually come off of the Wisteria. But same concept is I'm just going to cut and expose some of my wire that's, you know, pretty stiff wire right here. And I'm going to leave the rest of it plastic coated. So that's going to actually stop. I'm just going to dip a little bit of that wire in the glue, and then we're going to go inside the middle of this felt here, and then bunny on a stick. Because that plastic piece, if we just go like half an inch or an inch into the bunny, the plastic part where it gets thicker is going to stop it, and that's going to be a perfect place to attach it. And then we'll recommend that you put a little J-hook on the end of your stem. When you're doing something like this, that's just going to keep it from spinning a lot. So if you just go straight in and there's no hook, it just spins like this in the wreath. But once you put that hook in, that hook's going to catch some of the other vine, and it will not allow your larger piece like this to spin around. So like I said, we are going to be blending blingy, glittery with some of our naturals, and works really well for Easter because we have, you know, some multicolors, lots of pastels. And we're going to be using this glittered lycopodium spray, and I'm just going to separate some of these pieces. Ooh, I'm going to get in trouble. Too loud. And then it turns into just a smaller little pick like this. We're going to go in and tuck some of this in some of these gaps that we've got up here. And I'm really going to go underneath some of the green, so we actually get some of the green on top of the purple, but that purple is going to kind of shine through because it's glittery. So if you're wondering why I'm trying to go underneath some of the other foliages, that's why, is because the glitter is going to shine through a little bit easier. And we're just adding a little bit of purple. We've got this purple glittered egg in our spray, and then we've got this light purple clematis, Wisteria that we've used. So it's going to work really well with all of those things together to blend our colors. And if you like something that's just a little bit mixture of both, something really fun and really sparkly, and we add a little bit of that natural on top of it just to kind of tone that down so it's not super glittery. Okay, we've got some extra light purple glitter mixed into the wreath. Now we're going to be adding some of these pink peonies. These come in a bundle. So I do recommend maybe a knife or scissors if you want to be more cautious. To cut this little raffia off of this bundle. And then they're just individual stems. And we can very easily use these. So we've got multiple sizes mixed in this bundle. And that works really well. That makes everything seem not so manufactured, even though I know we are using manufactured pieces. We still want it to appear very natural, even though we're using glitter and things that may not be truly naturals. We're blending all those things together here. We're somewhat nestling our bunny into this field of peonies. I'm going to re-glue this one because it did not cooperate. Sometimes it's a little harder to get them into a specific spot than others, but we want it to be, you know, filling in that space right there, so I had to just push a little harder, get it in. Get my bunnies a little more situated. And we're gonna keep going with our peony pieces.
They're really pretty. Trying to give you a little bit of an up-close look at some of these items that we're using.
And then I've got another bundle of peonies. We want to get a little bit of that into the rest of our wreath. Some of that color. But I do tend to use some of the smaller ones like these buds toward the very ends. Very edges up here.
It's that.
Hello. Hello. So I've got 90% of our wreath done. I think I've decided that I'm going to end up adding another clematis spray just because I feel like I like everything else, but I know that because I've got green breaking up everything else, I need some green here to break up my pink. I did not get enough green added to it previously. So we'll go back and try to add some of that to break up that real thick cluster of that pink. So we're just going to cut the clematis apart into several different pieces and then go in between the peonies so that we can break up the pink, like I said. And let it kind of grow out from the peony. That really helps make it look like it's a little less, a little more fluid, a little more growing. There we go. So that really helps my feelings a lot to have more green kind of coming out and over the peonies, breaks that up a whole lot. So it really makes a big difference. So if you get to that spot where you feel like I've got a large cluster of one color and need to break that up, usually green's a good way to do that.
We appreciate everyone being here today. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Did you know that like over half the people that watch our channel haven't subscribed?
I didn't know.
You didn't know.
I don't think I've ever subscribed to our channel.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm not sure I have a YouTube account.
Because that way you get notifications that we are putting out videos, but also it lets YouTube share our videos with everyone. And this is free information for everybody out there. Some people charge you for the information that David gives away every week for free. So if you would subscribe, that would be a wonderful way for you to show that you enjoy this channel and that you are supportive. We appreciate you being here week after week and leaving encouraging comments. And we would love to know, again, what is the weather like where you are? And is it time for spring? Are you seeing buttercups? I did see some yesterday.
Yeah.
Daffodil, little buttercups.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're coming
They're
up.
definitely starting to come up.
We hope you have a wonderful weekend. Until next time, bye.